What's good, YouTube? Once again, it's your boy OG Hollywood coming back at you with another edition of the one and only Ferguson Chronicle, man, where we bring it live from the day room to the streets to your living room. Today, I have in studio an individual by the name of Mr. Maurice Gillum. Maurice did time with me in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice, and he's here today to tell his story and the time spent in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. However, I always got to tell you a little bit about me. Did 25 calendar years in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice, ran up and down those hallways, in and out of those day rooms, met a lot of guys with. Some I was good with, some I wasn't. However, today, this individual I was always good with. We locked in on several occasions, did some good things and did some bad things. However, he's here to tell his story. So without further ado, let's tap in with Mr. Gillum, please. What's good there, Omari?
Hey, what's going on with it?
Oh, man, like I was telling the viewers, man, I'm just tapping in with you, man, to see what you got going on then, man, versus what you had going on when we was in that all-white one-size-fit-all. In other words, that TDCJ suit.
Right,
So,
right.
Go ahead, man, and tell the viewers, man, where you from, what led to the prison, man.
Well, in Dallas, Texas, Pleasant Grove, area, aggravated robbery, worst thing. Packing them guns, took me to prison, not knowing how to use them, not knowing how to take care of my business with them, just using them unusefully.
So let me ask this, man. So, what year did you arrive in Texas Department of Criminal Justice, man, and what unit did you arrive on?
It was 1989. They called it Glass House, which Cofield.
So let me ask this, man. So, coming from that Dallas County, man, and arriving at the Glass House, man, better known as Cofield, what was going through your mind when you got off that bus at the back gate of the Cofield unit?
Just wondering how I'm gonna get through this time, man. Just wondering, just like hearing all these stories about how it's gonna be in there, just trying to figure out how I'm gonna do it. And true enough, yeah, some of the stories are true. And had to deal with it.
So let's talk about your first day on the Cofield unit, man. What was that like?
Oh, at first, it was a little nervous, man, because I didn't know what to expect. But once I got there, people started hollering my name. They knew me from the streets. So everything was all right. At first I thought I was gonna ride there and didn't know nobody, But I knew a few people. Knew of me.
Man, let me ask this. So what was it like when you first entered the day room on the Cofield unit, man?
It was stressful, really. I say I'm here now. They finally got me. I don't know. I ain't got nowhere to go but do this time. So that was really the whole thing, man. Just stressful.
And how was the setup in the Cofield unit day room when you first got there? What was it like to just walk in the day room and see the setup, if you can remember?
Well, like I say, it wasn't too bad for me because, like I said, I had a few guys that knew me from the streets. So we just kicked it about the world, first day, talking about what's out there in the world, what I was doing. They heard what I was doing. And I laughed, we laughed, drank coffee. And that was about it, man. It was all right. It wasn't like I thought, you know what I'm saying?
So now you got your first day on the Cofield unit, right?
Right.
How did it go for the rest of the week? What were some of the things that you saw?
Some crazy, it's crazy. People marking their seats. When they get up from the TV, walking off, marking their seats. People in crowds, little gangs, little areas talking, amongst each other. Nobody, you know, just it's weird though, man. I just wasn't used to that kind of setup, you know.
So let me ask this, man. So detail for me and the viewers, man, if you can remember your worst day inside the Texas Department of Criminal Justice.
The worst day. Within my like the 3 months I was there, the first 3 months I was there, the worst day was when I got caught stealing, breaking in locker. When the major called me, you know, called me down there, asked me was all this stuff mine. I was like, yeah, it's mine. They look on the back of it, got markers on it, somebody's name marked, engraved on it, which I ain't peeped none of that. I was just taking, you know what I'm saying? Just taking, you know, putting it in my cell, just keeping shit. And he said, nah, this ain't yours. You finna go to close custody. I just put my head down, shook my head like, man, that nigga caught me, man. So went over there, did a little time over there. That was about it, man. You know, did a little time over there.
So let me ask this, man. So during your time and your 13 and a half years on the 40-year sentence, man, did anybody in your family pass away? And if so, how did you prepare yourself mentally after you found out that news?
Well, it like yeah, it was unexpected, you know. Just, you know, it kind of pissed me off because I had took it out on other people, you know what I'm saying, which was wrong. It was real wrong. Some of the people I would even kick with all the time, laugh and bullshit all the time, didn't know I had that kind of news had hit me. And I'd be unchained the next day, you know, calling bitches and hoes, get out my face, you know, type of shit like that. That's when I first heard it. But I had to learn how to deal with that. That was wrong, but I had to learn how to deal with that.
So let me ask this, man. So I know we spend a lot of time in them day rooms, man, trying to prepare ourselves from a mental standpoint and also stay focused on what we was dealing with, because during the time we was in prison, man, prison was prison. It wasn't like it is today, right? So we
Right.
had to be careful of the surroundings. However, we still got together and talked about the things that we was gonna do when we get out. You know, in
Right.
other words, we shared visions in the day room, right?
Right.
So if you can remember, what were some of those guys that you shared your visions with in the day room?
Well, you know, me and you, we were rolling. We rolled real tough, man. You know, we talked about what we was doing out there, who we knew. You know, knew some of the same people. What I did say is what I wasn't gonna be packing no pistol, running around with no gun all the time. Which right today I'm not, because I just don't think I'm ready to be packing no guns. You know what I'm saying? That got me in trouble the first time, which is very needed out here. But I know myself, so if I know myself, stay away from that. You know, that'll get me back in there. It's too easy to pull that gun. It's too easy.
So let me ask this, man. So 13 and a half years, right?
Mm-hmm.
How did Maurice prepare himself from a mental standpoint to wake up every day away from home for 13 and a half years, not knowing if you was gonna go back home or Texas Department of Criminal Justice was gonna be your final resting place? How did you prepare yourself from a mental standpoint?
Well, first of all, I treated it just like I was out here. You know, first 8-9 years I was there, just doing what I want to do. So it wasn't too bad on me. You know, like I just treated just like I was in the streets, just doing criminal stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just everything wrong. But I got by that. I was getting by like that. Kept the world off my mind. So, you know, as I got closer to going home, I tried to straighten up. Even though I didn't straighten all the way up, you know, trying to get by, still being slick. Just fortunate I wasn't getting caught. But I had slowed down. But yeah, that's what I was doing. I was just treating just like I was out here on the street.
So let me ask this, man. So you got two sets of officers inside TDC. You got male officers, you got the female officers. We're gonna start out with the male officers. So how did you get along with the male officers inside prison?
Well, no, some of them was cool. You know, some of them was like, you know, asshole. But You just had to know who to stay away from. You know who to stay away from. Keep yourself out of trouble. You know how they deal with people. But the good ones, they was cool. You know what I'm saying? You know, bring you something to eat. You know, bring anything you want if you had it. You know, hook up. They believe in you. They do for you.
So now, let's get to the female officers. How were you treated by the female officers?
Same thing with them. You know, you had some that come in there just to be at somebody, and then some of them cool. As far as you know, like the little story man told me when I was in county jail, because I was worried about how I ain't gonna be around no female. He's like, man, don't worry about that, man. All you gotta do is go down there, chill, stay away from people, keep the business to yourself. I guarantee you you'll get your woman. I said, man, I ain't trying to hear that, man. I was just in denial. I said, man, I ain't trying to hear that. So sure enough, there was a nurse coming at me like strong, real strong. So we hooked up, and things started happening. You know what I'm saying? Good for me, and that story came true. Which we did what we did, and that was that.
So let me ask this, man. So, 13 and a half years, right?
Right.
How many set-offs did you have?
They gave me 2. Yeah, they gave me 2. Then on my 3rd time coming up, I made it. So I didn't never think I was going home, to be honest with you. Because, I always do in Dayroom, talk about who got big time, who got little time, who going home first, who going to be there forever. Like certain niggas say, man, you don't never go home. You gonna leave you gonna be on a cane when you leave. I'm like,
Yeah.
that be in the back of your mind. Like, man, you might be right. Keep on giving me all these set off. So finally I got that 3rd notice of going home, and the man come tell me, you going home, which I didn't believe him. I said, man, get out here with all that, man. Come in the day room playing with me like that. Because you got some officers that will do that, play with you. So it was true. That morning, say, man, get your stuff, man, you finna go. I still was in denial. I'm like, man, let me go on and get my stuff, see what's gonna be for real. And they were like, man, you going on for real, you going on for real. Which it came true once I walked out that door. I felt that, yeah.
So let me ask this, man. So let's talk about the first time you got on that bus, or the first time you got in that car coming back to Dallas, Texas, right?
Mm-hmm.
What was some of the mental thoughts that was in your head as you was driving home?
I still couldn't believe it, man. I still couldn't believe I was out there, man. I still couldn't believe it. Because some of the stuff I saw when I left, it was a big change for me out here. Real big change. I was seeing stuff I just didn't feel it. I didn't think it was real, man. It just really didn't. And I didn't ride the bus back. I had rode back with one of my partners and his sister. She had wanted me to ride with him. And she said, well, you want to call your people? And tell them you coming home. I said, yeah, pull over at the phone booth over there. Let me come and call. She said she passed me a little phone. I said, what I supposed to do with this? And they started laughing at me. I said, what's up? I don't know how to use this thing. So she dialed a number for me. I got on there. I'm like, hey, look how I'm on my way home. I was yelling and shit. I was like, man. She said, you ain't got to yell like that. Because I didn't think they heard me. I was yelling, I'm coming home, man. I'm on my way home right now. I'm on my way home. They said, why you talking so loud? I said, I didn't know I was talking loud. But, that's one thing I had to adjust to, man. I ain't know nothing about no cell phone. But that was true.
So let me ask this, man. So what was going through your head when you finally made it home and was able to walk through the door for the first time after 13 and a half years?
It was a blessing, man. It was like, I was still in denial, for real, man. I just couldn't believe I've been gone that long because some of the people that came to see me, which, they were young. Some of them I had already knew, still didn't recognize a lot of them. And I was asking, who are you? These some of the niggas I was raised up with, right, every day running the streets with.
Yeah.
But as being, away from that 13 years, a lot had changed. Hair on their face, gaining weight, Didn't know who it was, and that was a trip. I felt kind of bad too, because this one lady I asked about, which it was my neighbor. She, hey, Myra, Kane gave me a hug. I hugged her. She said, how you been doing? I still don't know who she is. So I said that right in my face, her face, say, and who is you? Which that was a bad feeling. She said, you don't know who I am? I said, no, man, I'm sorry, I just don't. She said, I'm blurry. I said, oh, man, I feel bad. I said, hugged again, real tight. I was glad to see her, man, because I didn't recognize her. It was a trip, man.
So let me ask this, man. So what were some of the things you struggled with when you got out?
Well, first of all, everybody, well, me, I ain't gonna say everybody, because everybody don't like to work. But I was out here trying to, push my little, put some money in my pocket by getting me a legit job and staying out the street. So everywhere I go, deny. So I jumped in school, took me a little auto mechanic class, got me a little bullshit job at a Waterburg at night, because I was embarrassed. I worked at night, but I was still working, but I didn't want everybody to know I was working at Waterburg. But that's what I was doing. But from there, I adjusted to. I was able to adjust out here, to know that it don't matter what I was working, where I was working, just as long as I was working and staying out of the streets and staying out of the trouble I was getting in, and that just kept me grounded.
So let me ask this, man. So let's talk about some of the things from a positive standpoint that you've put together to keep you free and out of trouble. What are some of the things that you put together to inspire you just to move forward every day?
Well, first of all, you can't be looking at what somebody already got out here and try to get it. That's first of all, you can't do that, because you find yourself moving too fast, and you'll find yourself doing something you ain't supposed to be doing and get yourself trapped, which that was a big thing for me, because I was just used to having things, used to having it. And it was hard for me to ride by and see somebody in a nice car. I'm riding this hoopty. And at first, it was hard. But now, I don't care. I can be out here broke, pull my pockets out of dust. I don't care as long as I'm out here. It ain't nothing like being out here than in there. That ain't in there ain't nothing. It's a trap, man. It ain't nothing. There's no life in there. It ain't for nobody, man.
So let me ask this, man. So let's talk about some of the things that you see in society on an everyday basis, man, that always catches your attention, and some of the things that you have to stay away from. What are some of those things?
First of all, not to say I'd do it, not to say I would go back to what I was doing, but everything out here is recorded, cameras everywhere. I mean, a man would be a fool to do anything out here, wide open like that. They got cameras everywhere. And that's one thing that I know I wouldn't do, because I still see people do it, man. Just do it. Dumb, just dumb. And that's something I wouldn't do, man. I mean, it's just crazy, man.
So let me ask this, man. So let's talk about the youth in society today versus the youth back then when you were young, right?
Right.
What are some of the different things that's happening now versus when you was doing what you was doing?
Well, it's more gunplay out here now than ever, that I ever seen or ever heard of. Because these youngsters today, man, they'll pull a pistol on you, like, they'll shoot just like it's a cap gun. They don't know the consequences. Which I knew it back then. I wouldn't just do it, just be doing it. I would do it if I have to. But today, they'll do it just to have fun, just see what the gun will do. You know what I'm saying? So that's a big difference in youngsters today than youngsters back then.
So let me ask this, man. So I'm gonna ask you a question, man, because I know you obligated to answer, man, for one, of the time you did, but two, for the experience that you have on the streets, right?
Right.
For anybody that's going down the road that you went down, right?
Right.
And was doing some of the things that you was doing. And just like you just mentioned, as far as the youth and the youngsters in the world today, they're quick to shoot and think about the consequences later, right? What would be your advice to them if they're going down the same road that you were going down and you would try to keep them from going through the things that you went through?
As you saying like, what would advice I'd give them? I would say, man,
Yes.
just get a job, man. Get you a job, or if you can't get a job, start something that you know you're good at doing and try to make some money. Because that hustle ain't like it was back then. It's like I say, it's too many cameras and most of all, a lot of snitches and a bunch of haters. Don't nobody want to see you have nothing, man. So you just gotta stay low and just get you a job or start something you know how to get money doing, and it's legit. So I advise you just try to work, man. That's what I advise.
So let me ask this, man. So out of those 13 and a half years, man, let's talk about some of or one of the things you brought back with you after doing 13 and a half years, man, that you still use to this very day in order to keep you free and from returning back to the Texas Department of Criminal Justice.
Just minding my business, you know what I'm saying? Staying out of other people's business. If I see something, I don't see nothing. I ain't finna tell nothing. Ain't my business. Like I say, ain't my business. And just keep working, man. Stay grounded like that, man, because that's the only thing I keep me out here with. Just stay busy. That'll keep my mind off all that dumb shit, which I wouldn't go there no way. I'm too old for that. That I wouldn't even think like that no more. That's just on the youngster side. But anyway, yeah, I just work, man. Try to do it. Just stay legit working. That's all I advise you do.
And for the older generation, right?
Right.
That want to still act like they're young, right?
Yeah.
What is your opinion on that?
Change, man. You ain't young no more. You gotta look at it, man. Look in the mirrors. Look at yourself, man. See how old you is. Can't be doing like them youngsters like that, man. Cause you go down on a date, and you don't like it. You ain't gonna like it. I'm tell you that now. You're not gonna like it. So I advise you straighten up and make a change, man. It don't happen overnight. It's just a few steps you gotta take. But I would say just try to work, man. Do your thing.
So let me ask this, Maurice. So after 13 and a half years, man, and how long have you been free?
Okay, got out 2000. Well, 20 years, but finna be 20 years. Right at 20, right 20 now. They're 22. I got out in 2002, and it's 2022, so it's 20 years now. Yeah.
So let me ask this, man, because you're gonna have guys that's watching this video, man, that has been to prison and has returned back to prison since you've been out for 20 years, right?
Yeah, I saw it myself. You're right.
From your perspective, man, and your advice, man, what would be your advice to guys that get out of prison, return back to prison, get out of prison, return back to prison, man? What is your success for being out for so long, 20 years and counting, man?
Like I say, man, you just got to get around some positive people, first of all. I mean, if it take, staying away from the people that you grew up with, if you know about that thug life and that old street life, just back up from that for a minute. That's all. And sit yourself down and see if this is what you really want to do. Keep going back down there, or come out here and stay out here and have something. Because you can't have nothing down there but some commissary. And all the other stuff, that stuff that'll fly up, fly out. It's just going to fly out the window. There ain't nothing. But that ain't nothing. Like none of it ain't nothing. But I advise you to stay out here, man, and get away from them negative people and try to get around some positive people. And that's the best thing you can do. And if you even take a girl, if you get a girl, she's down for you, she gonna keep you out of trouble. You know what I'm saying? So just stay around positive people, I can tell you.
Once again, real life story, real life people, man. You can get that only here at the Ferguson Chronicle, man, where we bring it 110, nothing is ever scripted. So let me ask this, Maurice, man, because I know time is money and money is time, man, and I appreciate you for coming on the show, man, taking time out of your busy schedule, man, to come here and give your spiel, man. Most of all, uh, share your story, man. And I want to applaud you for being out 20 years, man. That's a long time for a man to be home and to never look back.
I
So
appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. I really couldn't believe I could do it myself, to be honest with you. But I did. But I proved myself wrong. And anytime you want to know my advice, man, I'll give it to you. I mean, I don't mind giving nothing positive, man.
So let me ask this, man. So, like I do on the show, man, I always let the person that that's getting his story on the People's Channel give a shout out or a salute to anybody that has contributed to his life, man. Whether it was then or whether it's now, uh, I'll let you do that, man, because it's important for people to know that you appreciate them, you know, for staying down with you for that longer period of time and also right now, man. So I'll let you do that now, man.
But first of all, shout out to you, homie. You know, we were close, man. You know how close we were. And we still, still communicate and everything. And that's why I mess with you, because you're positive. But uh, if anybody looking at it, they know who they are. I just can't call names. It's early in the morning. I can't call a name right now, but appreciate anybody that was down for me. Um, and just want to thank you, man. I want to thank you for staying positive and staying with me.
So before we get out of here, man, and I know you watched many episodes of the Ferguson Chronicle, man, and God tell their story, man. So I want to get your opinion on the channel, man. Uh, moving forward, is it anything that you can see that we can do at the Ferguson Chronicle to make the channel better, man? Is there anything that you see?
I mean, it's like I say, it's good to me. I wouldn't even done it if it wasn't good. But um, just keep doing what you're doing, man. I like this here, though. I like it. Um, as far as anything better, um, it's all good to me, man. I can't see nothing else you have to do better. You're doing good. You're doing all right. I
Once again,
appreciate
real
it.
life story, real life people, man. You can only get that here at the Ferguson Chronicle, man. And once again, Mario, man, I want to appreciate you for coming on, man, giving your spiel. And most of all, you always kept it 100. And I didn't expect nothing else other than what you've always did, man. And let's keep it 100, man.
Yeah,
And
man.
like I say, man, we at the Ferguson Chronicle, man, the doors are always open for the people because this is the people channel, man. So not only is this a channel where you can come tell your incarceration story, if you're struggling on an everyday basis, man, you just want to tell your story, man, people can always come here and tell their story, man. I just thought I'd get that out there, man, because people see the Ferguson Chronicle and they'll think it's about incarceration.
Oh,
However,
yeah. Yeah.
this channel is therapeutic for anybody that is going through an everyday challenge, man. They want to come here and tell their story, man. We always have an ear for the people, man. So with that being said, Myra, man, I appreciate you, man. Keep up the good work. Stay out of trouble, man. May God bless you and everything around you, bro.
The same thing to you, bro. Same thing to you, man. Appreciate that.
Salute. Once again, real life story, real life people, where you can only get that here at the Ferguson Chronicle, man. Like I always say, man, we always keep it 110 here at the Ferguson Chronicle. And for those that are listening, remember to hit that like, subscribe, and share the content. And remember, This is the People's Channel. Salute.